Alright, y'all, so today we are going to be talking about Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, this is the first Season 1 character for Gekishin Squadra. We do know this is a transforming one as well. Keep in mind he has Super Saiyan 2 that will transform into Super Saiyan 3. Man, he looks very, very amazing in both of his forms here. Just look at the aura this guy has. Now, I do want to point out, I know you all will have questions. Currently, at the time that this video goes up, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is only available with paid Dragon Gems. Now, he could be available in the future through a trial, or he could also be available again through the Star Collection later on, but that is going to be after Season 1 in terms of the Star Collection. So, for money players, he's not available for free just yet. I made a video talking about this yesterday, but again, today we're going to mostly focus on what this guy actually does in terms of his kit, how you should best play him, how you should level up his skills, divine cards, and then I will try to have a match example at the end of the video that I'll go over and kind of talk about, hey, this is where I made a good play, and this is a play maybe you shouldn't necessarily make when you're actually using the Goku, but either way, I hope you guys do enjoy this video and this helps you out in case you do have him and are trying to learn how to get better with him. I think if you know what you're doing with this guy, he could very well look like the best attacker in the game. So let's hop right into things. So to start things off, we're going to break down this guy's kit just in its entirety. Then we'll highlight all the individual details as we do get to it. So his Super Saiyan 3 transformation, you're able to use at level 7. His base HP and attack will go up, which again, always very important for kind of these transformation characters. As you know, when you're leveling them up, you will see that they will have lower HP than usual until they actually do get their transformation off. During that, he does actually heal with that, so you can also use it as a defensive tool. Just keep in mind, until you transform, you won't actually have an ultimate. The Dragon Fist right here, we'll kind of talk about this a little early, but this Dragon Fist is only able to be used when you're Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So early on, you won't have an ultimate, and that can hurt in terms of potentially getting certain like confirms against early bosses, like let's say Nappa or Android 16, like the objectives around the map. So you really want to make sure that you're able to hold on to either skill 1 or skill 2 to get a really good secure, so that you're able to help and get the objectives, because if your enemy team does get all the objectives before you, that will hurt quite badly. And I think because of that, this is kind of their way of balancing the character in a sense, where again, he has also more or less like lower HP when you reach a later game compared to a lot of other characters, where I feel like this guy's a bit more squishier, so he can get caught a little easier by many different things. I mean, even a mirror match with another Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, on top of that, his damage dealt by If I Won't Do It, Who will also increase. That is his passive skill. So his passive skill is an ability that grants buffs in adverse situations, deals more damage to enemy heroes who have a higher HP percentage of HP than yourself. And you can see right here, like, this is a level 15 Super Saiyan Goku. This is a level 15 Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, of course, level 15 is quite large, but especially against these other transformation characters, like, you're able to see a pretty big difference, even like level 11, level 12. But this could be good as well because of the fact that this guy will a lot of times be at a lower HP percentage, I feel like, than the characters you may be fighting. So he will actually do more damage to make up for that. And you're able to see that with the little kind of green dots under the Super Saiyan Goku. It's a little kind of hard to see it from this little image, but that's essentially how it does work here. His rush attacks are pretty far range. Honestly, I think it's actually really, really nice that it is ranged as it is. So he does fire an energy blast that becomes a powered up attack at set intervals, increasing damage though and exploding upon impact to deal more damage. And I'll actually just show you guys what I'm talking about when it comes to this. We could just go over to, I don't know, let's go into the special training stage, of course. And let's go ahead and get ourselves to, let's do like level 10, I guess, right? It doesn't really matter, to be honest. We'll just do like level 10 here. We'll go ahead and in Super Saiyan 2 Goku, it's pretty much the exact same. So when this bar under Goku is filled up, that's when he does the charged attack, which he throws that pretty big blast. During then, you see the very good range here. And now that the bar is filled up, you could also hit the enemy right now. Keep in mind, you could like hit the enemy as long as they're barely touching the line here, you're still able to hit them. So this guy's able to sit very far away and over time, you know, do more and more damage. Now you see Vegeta has a lower HP percentage than us, so right now Vegeta is going to be taking less damage than normal. And again, even transforming into Super Saiyan 3 Goku, it is pretty much going to be the same thing. We see it's fully charged and we can keep going. It does take a few seconds to go ahead and get it back, but it's really not that big of a deal. So that's kind of how Goku looks like in terms of his rush attacks. I really do like this. And then again, let's say you could just do this, use skill 2, and then you could teleport back. And we'll talk about skill 2 later, but Goku's able to sit back and stay ranged for a very good amount of the match, which can help him to avoid getting caught because of the lower HP he usually has. I mean, even Super Saiyan Vegeta, I mean, I know he's a tank to be fair, but things our characters are going to be fighting pretty often. You need to make sure that you're going to keep yourself safe when it comes to that. I do like Goku's passive. I think it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. The little extra burst damage for an attacker will always definitely take. You see that burst damage does 198 damage, so we could do this, whilst this one just does 99 per, so keep that in mind. Alright, so next we have the Super Kamehameha Skill 1. This will unleash an energy wave in a set direction. Range and duration increases the longer the attack is charged. Distance will not reduce damage if charged to maxed. And then can move / redirect while charging, can redirect while attacking. This is something I also just want to show off in training mode. So we're going to hop back in there so you can see it. And I'll show all three of the skills individually. So let's take a look there. All right, so we're gonna just hop into training mode again. Let's go ahead and get, I don't know, just like level 12 or something like that. Let's get Vegeta all the way up as well. I think level 12 is pretty fair, just in all honesty. So we'll show level 1 at Super Saiyan 2 because it's nothing really, like, I think level 1 you'll usually be at Super Saiyan 2 anyways. This skill at level 1 is kind of whatever. You could charge it out pretty quickly. Now, keep in mind that the skill actual disparity in terms of like how far it is does differ if it's not fully charged up. But if it is fully charged up, you'll do the same damage from all the way over here compared to being right up in Vegeta's face. So really do keep that in mind. And just as a comparison, I do want to point that out that, again, right in front of his face, fully charged up, it'll do the same damage. So again, really note that. Now, level 2 is something that you'll also very commonly see when you're Super Saiyan 2. At times, you'll also see it in Super Saiyan 3, and we'll do a little comparison. But again, the range is pretty decently further, and the fact that you're able to kind of move this around is pretty dumb. So you're able to hit like a huge chunk of enemies. Like, again, if you are able to wave it around quite, just like a really stupid like amount of space that you're able to do it for. So like, again, let me just show you guys. Look how far you can move it. Like, this is pretty wide, honestly, in terms of what it's able to hit. Now, we'll even transform into Super Saiyan 3. And again, you can even see in the bottom here, we have the ultimate available now, but nothing really changes except for the damage it'll do, because of course Goku just does more damage. It does an extra 500 damage and an extra about, what, 100 damage per hit. So it is a pretty significant increase in attack that Super Saiyan 3 does give you. Now, this move at level Super is one of the most busted moves in the game by far. Look how far this charges. Look at it. Look at that. You guys see that? It's almost barely just like not even hitting on the screen. This is how far it charges. And you can move this. I mean, I can unlock the camera, but look at this. This is how far it went, man. Is that not crazy? Is that not actually just like stupid beyond belief? I could have Vegeta from here. Look, I'm hitting Vegeta from all the way over here. All the way over there. And the amount of damage it does is actually really insane. So this is the amount of damage it could do to just a Vegeta. Let's say he's running away right here. This is a non-transformed level 12 Vegeta, but look at that. This is no attack cards, no buffs, nothing. And he's already doing that much damage. Let's go ahead and let's give him some divine draw cards. Why not, right? Let's just show an example of what this guy's able to do, or divine combo cards. Let's give, sure, let's do lightning step here. Where is the cards right here? Let's go ahead and give him Giant Slayer just cuz. And then let's also give him I mean, realistically, I always go Vanishing Step with this guy, so we'll go Vanishing Step. But let's give him these extra attack cards. Let's go ahead and make him not visible real quick here. And then let's see how much damage we actually did to this guy. Look at how much health he took. Look how much damage he took. He took over half his health. I mean, again, this is a non-transformed Vegeta, but like, this is equal levels. If imagine you have a level advantage. Imagine you do have a level advantage and you're winning. Like, this Super Kamehameha is disgusting. Very, very, very good. All right, so skill 2 is the Explosive Strike. You'll quickly move to a set position in the sky above and store an Energy Blast Fist before rushing at the enemy. Deals more damage the less HP enemy has. Re-enter the command to quickly move back to where the skill is activated. This is very straightforward. Nothing really too crazy. Honestly, this is probably my least favorite of his different moves that he has. I think it could be really good at escaping, and you could also use this to kind of get over walls. But in terms of the range, like again, we see kind of the width that it's able to hit the enemy. So if you want to hit someone, you could even just do this. You re-enter it and you go back to where you were. I think that could be pretty useful to like kind of even escape, or if you want to attack someone, try to snipe them and then go back if you're defending. I think that could be really good. And by defending, I mean like defending your God of Destruction tower. Now, by leveling this up, the actual like range does increase, but it's not to a major effect. I think realistically, you will be using this for escapage rather than damage. Like again, we can see the damage it does. It's not really crazy. Like the damage that this guy does with this move. Again, it'll increase the lower HP someone's at. So like, let me even bring up this Vegeta to like a higher level. Again, let's just do like what we're at level 10. He'll be at level 10 here. Let's increase this all the way. Let's say we hit him with a full-blown Kamehameha, and then he's trying to run away. We'll go ahead and get this in. Bam. Even then, it's like the damage in it is not kind of crazy. This is not really a move I focus on too often, and this is at level super. I mean, I know we don't have any attack cards, but what I use this for is escaping. Vegeta's attacking me, I need to get away. I could just teleport all the way up here and look how far I'm gone, especially if you're able to use it over an obstacle. Like let's say one of these walls are around here, you're actually still able to go over the wall because it's a teleporting move. So it's not something that you have to move into the wall to get past, right? Let's say, again, like this, for example. We could just skip past that. Goodbye, right? That's what this move is really good for. And that's where it's like, the difference of it being level 1 and level super doesn't really mean that much to me personally. So spoiling a little bit ahead of time about what skills you should level up. But this is probably the one that'll be in your tiniest priority. Now, I'm not even going to make a cut here. We're going to go straight to the instant transmission. This is arguably his strongest move. At the same time, it might not be something that you have to focus on leveling up. Now, you're able to teleport to a set target, able to target discovered enemy allies / heroes. The cooldown of the skill is shortened if an enemy hero specifically is selected. You could actually do the instant transmission Kamehameha if Super Kamehameha is activated immediately after use, and that allows for a fully charged Super Kamehameha, which is a very dumb, like it's just very silly to be able to do that. So again, one more time, we're hopping back and forth into training mode. I know it's like kind of a lot, but I want to show that kind of and we'll do this. I do want to show how to explain it, the actual skills and how it looks like in a very large space. So again, we see the instant transmission here. Vegeta's not discovered, so we actually can't teleport to Vegeta. You can only teleport to Vegeta if an ally has also discovered him, or yourself has him in sights. So again, we see Vegeta right here. I'm actually able to teleport to him now because he's in my sights. Now I don't have Vegeta discovered in my range of view. You actually cannot teleport to him. Now, if we actually go all the way over here to the other side of the map, just all the way back here, I also believe there's a certain range you're able to teleport to your ally. So we see right here, I'm not able to do that. The higher level you go though, the farther you're able to teleport to this guy. Realistically though, like this is pretty far across the map right here. You're able to see Goku's all the way over there. Like, you don't really need more than two in most situations. And again, we'll kind of get into that later on. But let's go ahead and have the instant transmission Kamehameha at level max. So let me just show you guys. I'm going to teleport to my ally. Let's see, he's getting kind of hurt right now. We're going to teleport. We just shoot out this Kamehameha instantly. Look at me just like kind of moving around. Covers a really wide range. It's very stupid. And you see the cooldown for this move is actually only 30 seconds, even if you teleport to an ally, which is a very short cooldown. Honestly, I think even for just teleporting to allies, but if you teleport to enemies, you actually get a shorter cooldown than that. So like, let's say, I don't know, again, I'm gonna keep Vegeta in my range, but let's say one of our allies is attacking a Vegeta. I attack to Vegeta here. Wait, it doesn't actually let me teleport to Vegeta. Can I teleport to him? There it is. 23 seconds compared to I believe the 30 seconds that it took to actually teleport to Goku. In terms of the cooldown, it's nothing crazy, but it does definitely matter. And I believe at level 3, the skill also is decreased even further in terms of the cooldown it has. So do keep that in mind. If you really like the instant transmission, you could potentially focus on it. Actually, no, it is the same. So 34 seconds. Yeah, goodness. Yeah. That's pretty crazy. So really do be mindful. I think this move could be very disgusting when you know what you're doing, especially because you're able to just use this Kamehameha, which I think you guys could tell is my personal favorite move, and I think it is this Goku's best move here. Being able to just have that instantly charged is really, 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 really good. And again, I want to show off one more time, like the instant transmission into the Kamehameha, just one final time here, which we're able to do. Okay, this time we got it. Look, watch, trust the process. I'm gonna switch. Okay, can I switch over to you? There it is, instantly charged up. And we just do a bunch of damage to him. And especially if there's other characters around. Yeah, dude, that cooldown is just dumb. By the time you finish the Kamehameha, it's only like 18 seconds. That's not fair. You're also able to theoretically teleport around and use the Dragon Fist. So again, you could just teleport in front of Vegeta. Let's say, let me go ahead and just get in front of Vegeta here. If it lets me, please. And then here's the Dragon Fist. For some reason, the game's not letting me input the controls, but you guys kind of see what I'm talking about. Like, instant transmission, you're able to do a lot of really good things with it. So, I would recommend, again, I'll talk about skill levels and how you should order them right now, but this move is pretty nasty. All right, so finally, we could talk about the Dragon Fist here. This is something you're able to get at level 7 once you're able to transform. I think the Dragon Fist is overall able to do a decent amount of damage, but I mean, it's nothing really crazy. Of course, at level 1, most ultimates aren't really that kind of insane in the first place. So again, you see it doesn't really do a lot of damage anyways. Not the biggest deal in the world. Now, once you actually get this to level 2, it's able to get a pretty extra decent range here. And I hate that it's like not 0 cooldowns, by the way. I have to wait for the cooldown to go down. Like, you can see, you could reach pretty far out here. It's not something you can move. It's pretty stagnant. It's a little slow. The damage isn't really too insane. Now, again, like most ultimates, level 3 is able to get a pretty huge gigantic boost in what you're able to do. I think at level 3, the amount of damage this could do to other enemy heroes is actually pretty significant. And again, let's go ahead and say we have all of our divine combo cards at this point, which, you know, when you hit level 7, if you do get your ultimate twice, you're able to see that. But let's say you're attacking a tank right here and get your ultimate off just like right away. And then you could also just shoot a Kamehameha after. Or if, let's say, if you teleported over to Vegeta, use the Kamehameha and then you use the Dragon Fist, like, you could do a really huge amount of burst damage. Let's wait for Vegeta's health to actually charge up a little bit. Let's do this. And then the Dragon Fist. That's only level 1 Kamehameha, by the way, but you see, we're able to kill Vegeta even with just that. So, like, even with just a level 1 Kamehameha, we're able to kill Vegeta pretty easily with that altogether, which is very hilarious. And again, that's where this Goku, I mean, being able to just teleport around the map and just use the Dragon Fist or the Kamehameha together, like, it's really nasty. But in terms of the Dragon Fist by itself, I don't think it's the craziest ultimate. It is a little slow, especially if you're pretty far off. Like, you could see you're able to avoid it pretty decently easily. It's not like it has the craziest range. Now, if you do get hit by it, you'll be hurt pretty like hard though. That's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, I think it's an overall balanced ultimate, funny enough, which is kind of funny to say about this character. He's really good, but there are ways kind of that they designed him where he's not the craziest in every single scenario, like his ultimate or his HP percentage. So do keep that in mind. All right, now we're going to talk about what order you should level his skills in. I think when it comes to this guy, I try to get all 3 of the skills instantly. What I usually do is Kamehameha first, Twin Dragon Fist, which is skill 2 second, and then the instant transmission third. They're all useful in their own rights. Now, the reason I would say I go for Twin Dragon Fist before instant transmission, like in terms of first getting them, is because this is just, again, a very useful evasive maneuver, as I talked about earlier, but it could also be used to confirm Supreme Kai, potentially objectives like Nappa or Android 16, and I think those are very important to win the game and start getting a snowball advantage. So that's why I go for this one first, personally, especially in first skirmishes. The instant transmission at level 1 is not going to have a crazy range anyways, and in most situations it's not really going to help out too much. After this, you do want to focus on getting Super Kamehameha up as high as you possibly can. You want to get this to level super instantly. So again, we'll do that. Then after, I actually do go my second focus on instant transmission, and we kind of just take things as it is from there. So we can go to level 11. I usually just transform instantly at level 7. Once I'm able to have that as an option, I get the ultimate unlocked. Then instead of getting the ultimate to level 2, I do actually max out Super Kamehameha. I think Super Kamehameha is way too powerful maxed out to ignore it over the Dragon Fist. You're gonna see it way more consistently, and I mean, you could argue the Super Kamehameha is better than his Dragon Fist ultimate as well. It is, I think, his strongest move by far. Then from here, you gotta just focus on the ult. Instant transmission past level 2, like I said, isn't really too crazy. The explosive strike here is kind of whatever, so I usually just go ahead and max out ultimate at that point. Then you can kind of do whatever. I mean, if you want to get IT level 3 or this level 2, that's fine. I would probably just make sure I'm able to balance this out, since IT beyond level 2 is nothing like... It can help you in certain situations, especially if you get team wipes, but take things as you will, depending on if you're... Let's say maybe if you're at a disadvantage and you need to move around the map more, you can't speak apparently, you get instant transmission level 3. Otherwise, if you're at an advantage, you can go ahead and get explosive strike right here to level 2, just in case they do push you back pretty like big and you're able to just kind of escape a little easier. But that's pretty much it for the skills. I think it's a little different compared to most other characters because of the fact that Dragon Fist is not available until level 7. But at the end of the day, it's just focusing on skill level 1, by far his best move. Oh yeah, there's something that I'm throwing in post recording. When it comes to Superstar, go for Kamehameha. I think that's pretty obvious, but if you get Superstar, go for Kamehameha. This having this instantly max stars is stupid, but that's my advice. All right, so this is a match that I did like overall, and I want to show off when it comes to Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because it's a match where you could see both his strengths and I think weaknesses, but also you could really see here where he could shine. Now, we do have Superstar for this match, really gotta keep that in mind, but this was also one of my first matches with this guy. At this point, I was very much getting the hang of how he works, but I'm still, like, even right now, like mastering this guy in terms of how crazy he can be. But once you get the hang of things, like everything just runs as smooth as butter. Everything like he could do could feed into itself pretty well. And again, I do want to show matches that aren't necessarily, oh, he's looking perfect here. I want to highlight his weaknesses too, because every character pretty much does have weaknesses besides maybe like Super Saiyan 1 Goku. Like this guy does have parts of his kit where he can be caught. For the most part, every character is able to. So again, I'm actually leaning with a Kid Gohan here. I do think that Kid Gohan is one of this Goku's better partners. We get super skill Kamehameha level 1 here. Again, really, really nice. And you see right here, I'm even like kind of taking advantage of what this guy's range is able to do. But Gohan's skill 2 is pretty nasty. It's very, very nasty. And even right here, I went for the instant transmission anyways, because at this point it doesn't really matter like going between instant transmission or the twin dragon fist, because I'm gonna get both of them anyway. So I just want to make sure that I have both here. That Goku was hiding in the bushes there, but doesn't really matter. And you see Gohan was able to stun him and then I just shot out my Kamehameha. You want to plan it a little better, but right here, as always, I always make sure I try to go for the Kai, just using all my moves and then pushing the Kamehameha out. Since it's maxed out already, it's not really the biggest deal in the world. That Krillin mines almost got me right there. What I should have done is use... So mid-recording, I ran out of storage. I had to fix that. But again, as I was saying when it comes to this, again, I did go ahead and make sure we get the Kai. We can skip it forward here. Now, right here, I should have used skill 2 to teleport into the God of Destruction. I could have done that from like all the way up here. That's a mistake I made because I could have very easily gotten caught from these guys if they focus a little more on me and Gohan wasn't around to kind of help me out. At the same time, you know, it is of course a team game, but this was a little close for comfort. So gotta keep that in mind, right? And you know, Krillin even hit me with the smoke bombs right there. If they focus on me just a little more, I could have been in danger, or if a lot of situations didn't really go my way as it could have. Now right there, I did try to push forward and then teleport back with skill 2. Funny enough, I believe I actually was able to hit Goku from there because Goku was kind of very, very low. I couldn't really see where the Kamehameha hit exactly, but actually that's an assist, so maybe it wasn't me, it's because of the damage I did. But look how far I reached, and I pushed Krillin back just so much, right? Krillin just kind of moving around there, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Again, I'm not even gonna worry about Krillin right now. I'm just gonna make sure I'm able to do what I do. I wanted to get rid of the mines. That was kind of like a very risky play of me, but I wanted to get rid of them just so that this guy didn't farm. Realistically, what I should have done is just shot a Kamehameha out and got rid of it, but it's fine. We can see right here, I am shooting the Kamehameha to not only try to get rid of these mines, but also just to try to hit Krillin. And I'm just moving it around and getting used to the movement itself. I teleport away from the mines right there with my second move, which is very funny. Then I was able to shoot and kill Krillin, and Super Saiyan Goku is almost gonna die, but again, let him go just because I knew that I wanted to get the mobs down a little bit and heal. Right there, I go for a solid barrier just because I'm like, it's a little close here. We're facing a Super Saiyan Goku who can do crazy damage. I want to make sure that we're good. Then I start working on Supreme Kai right here, just kind of trying to take him down. I got very scared, but I was able to secure it with the second skill. For some reason, that Super Saiyan Goku did Spirit Bomb, so that was really funny. And I teleported over to Gohan. My Kamehameha didn't actually shoot through for whatever reason, but that's okay. Then Goku's attacking me. I was waiting for Gohan and coordinating with Gohan to go ahead and actually get the kill on this guy, because I knew Gohan was gonna kind of tell Gohan, hey, start charging your skill here. I'm gonna hit him with the Kamehameha, just kind of try and scare him off. And that's what Gohan did. And because of the range and how powerful this is, I was able to hit him. I don't know where Krillin was exactly, but he did blind me, so I just decided, hey, let me go back and heal. Let's make sure I keep the advantage so that I can keep farming in mid, which is what I decided to go ahead and do right here. Now, Krillin's still just sticking around doing his thing, but at this point we have a pretty huge level advantage, and I'm just like, yeah, go on, buddy. Let me shoot this Kamehameha, get rid of some of your mines, and just get some extra damage on Krillin here. Then let me just go ahead and transform instantly. the only thing that sucks about the transformation is that, you know, you can't, like, I feel like it's tough to save it for using it defensively because you just get so much power and health from Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But I did do that, and then I just used the Dragon Fist instantly just because, like, yeah, I don't care. Like, he's in the middle of the spawn. He's not going to expect me to just Dragon Fist him, honestly. So that's what I did, and it actually killed him. Goku trying to get away. I tried to shoot one final Gekishin burst in there, but I didn't have the time. But I'm like, okay, you know, again, it's fine. Let's just make sure we keep the advantage we have. Let's not worry too much. Let's make sure we're healed up. We have a 1 level advantage already, potentially 2 very, very soon. Bottom lane is doing good themselves. It's not like the craziest, but bottom lane is able to handle pretty nicely. And just, again, continuing to push them back, make them scared. Like, yeah, I have this, buddy. I have this major, massive Kamehameha. You try to fight us, right? So we're doing really good from here. Again, Goku's just kind of doing whatever. I just decided to activate the things. Like, again, the mines, you're able to work around them by shooting them with like Kamehameha or anything like that. And yeah, at this point, we're looking very, very good here. Krillin was just hiding in the bushes again. Or actually, that was Goku. Both of them were hiding in the bushes, essentially. He tried to spirit bomb me here. I was able to get away by canceling the skill. It does suck a little because I had that Kamehameha fully charged up, but yeah, it is what it is. Again, this is where I'm still slowly learning a little more about him, but we should be able to chip the tower here, which is why I just like kind of pushed in. I was like, hey, let's just chip this, even though we could be hurt in a very bad spot. I got away with my double vanishing step because that's really good. And I'm like, you know what? Sorry, I had to leave Gohan for Gohan, Mike. I had to leave you, buddy. It was not worth it for me to keep pushing. 16, they were trying to kill, so I tried to do some extra damage, and my 18 actually was able to get that. So W18 from bottom coming up the top lane. There's the Dragon Fist right there. Helped out quite a bit. Like, everyone came up here, so I was like, yeah, I see Goku trying to run away. Let's just shoot this Dragon Fist out. We got a little bit of hit on Oob. I teleported around Oob and kind of just took him out. Then I know Sal was around here being a little annoying, so I teleported over, would have Kamehameha, but I saw that the Destructo Disc was there, and I was like, hey, you know, technically isn't even needed. I see, what's his face was kind of trying to move around there, and I got a pretty decent hit on him. At this point, I'm like, Zeno's not around. I do need to heal. Let me just go back and get some heals real quick. Just focusing on that. I want to make sure I play safe at this point in the game. Again, if you get KO'd, you are out for quite a long amount of time, so I don't want to make sure that I'm in that disadvantaged state. This is unfortunate because Cell was down here, but by the time I got around, Cell actually just moved all the way up there. So that was, again, this sucked a little. And with where I was expecting Cell to be, you know, I was expecting him to be down there, so I aimed the Kamehameha in a wrong spot. Now right here, just a lot of burst damage that I took. Theoretically, I could have... Let me take a look here. Was I able to escape? No, because I did use my skills. Like, this skill was so close to coming back right here, the second skill. It's a little hard to see, but it had less than a second. But I wasn't able to use it in time to teleport away. Goku did snipe me with the Kamehameha. And I'm like, oh, that's not good. They actually got a team KO on us because we got a little greedy there. Now, this doesn't lead us to lose because we just have such a huge advantage and they have to take down 4 whole towers. But it did suck. It did suck. It's okay, though. We still move. We still move again. Even with the disadvantages, we're looking good. I teleport over to kind of help snipe Goku, who's trying to attack our tower. 18 took care of the rest. And I realized, oh, you know, I'm a little under-leveled here, but at this point, the tower is kind of free. So let me just go ahead and I'll let that person farm, because worst case scenario, I could always teleport away over to where my allies are. So actually, I kind of just moved around the mines in a very smart way right there, because I'm just a gamer. What can I say? So anyways, we move back all the way down, and I see they're all there. So I'm like, hey, you know, let's just Dragon Fist here. But they kind of move out of the way because it's a little slow. And now I'm like, oh, that hurts really badly. Let me just run. But Goku, I guess, especially with the level advantage, he's just so, like, Super Saiyan Goku is just so good. I like chasing people down with the Kaioken. It's like he has he has so much to his kit, man. It's actually really crazy. Super Saiyan Goku could do some just very nasty things, but unfortunately I lose my snowball stack, so I'm like, hey, let me just switch over to another card. I just believe I choose Lightning Swifts here just because I'm like, yeah, let me just go ahead and get Lightning Swift out of the way, and let's teleport over to Super Saiyan Goku here. Let's help my Gohan, who does stun him and allows him to just take all that damage. Then I use second skill to teleport above him and just get all this XP. Now, because of that kill, I was able to catch up in terms of levels, so now I'm level 11. And we see mids around, so like, hey, let's go ahead and make sure we get middle right here. I'm just gonna shoot this out right away. And Cell's here too, kind of just being a little bit annoying, but it's not really the biggest deal of all time. I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna keep focusing on Ribrianne right here. That's gonna be the most important thing right now. Just focusing on her. And I do have the Dragon Fist, so that's why I was able to shoot it out. Funny enough, that Kamehameha lasted way longer than I expected it to. Look at the amount of KOs that we got here. It's pretty crazy. They were all here. Was it the Dragon Fist that touched them a little bit? Let me take a look here exactly what happens, because I think they took a lot of damage there. Okay, Gohan trapped in the Cell Games Arena. Was it this Dragon Fist that hit them a little bit? No, it was another ultimate, but still, my Twin Dragon Fist was able to kill Krillin there. We see Oob just kind of trying to be annoying. But was able to get the finishing hit on Cell right here. I saw Oob was kind of moving somewhere around there. I almost killed him, but unfortunately I got by Super Saiyan Goku, because Super Saiyan Goku is just the burst damage fiend, and I also took a lot of damage from Oob. But at this point, I'm like, okay, let me just teleport over to Goku. I have all my skills back, so it doesn't really matter. And we pretty much win the game here. Again, I could have done better this game, honestly. Like, I could have done quite a bit more, but right there I got the kill on Goku, so he could just not be annoying anymore. And worst case scenario, I was able to like kind of Twin Dragon Fist over on top of it and kind of help 18 get the Dragon Ball at the end. 18 and Baby did really good in this match, honestly, but we looked really nasty. I got the MVP, of course. Come on, let's be real here. Anyways, so here's my stats at the end of the match here. I did get 9 kills, 5 assists. I did 235k damage. 18 went crazy this match, by the way. But yeah, that I think shows where Super Saiyan 3 Goku could be a little weak, because he's very susceptible to being sniped. At the same time, though, he has that same power to hit the snipe back. So anyways, hope this kind of shows what I'm talking about with Goku in terms of a real match. I'm gonna end things here. I appreciate y'all for watching. Let me know what you think about Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and I'll just catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.